Yay. We're live. So that means I can now send the link out, and you can double check that email also.
Yep, so use that link that was sent.
In the screen, does it go back to normal?
Yep.
All right. That is something to know, that if it needs to be buffered or muted for a minute, I can go to my email and know that that's a
Awesome, yeah.
Yeah.
It does look like it's just buffering though, you know?
yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna check my phone and make sure that it is live. And do it via email I just sent.
You're live, it's working.
It's working,
Yeah.
yay. Yes.
And that was from the link that she just sent.
Yeah, it just came in, you were sitting at that desk.
Yay. Oh, thank you so much for coming in and telling us.
Yeah.
It almost.
All right.
Victory.
I'll have you if you need me. Let's just let this go for now, though. I'll be
Okay.
back at 10.
And then I have to now stop it.
I'll do.
So then after class, we'll just do it
Yeah.
all again.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, have a good class then.
Thank you so much. How are you, Kate? Or how are you, Carolyn?
I'm good, thanks.
Good.
My shoes are so squeaky.
That happens. There is a brand of shoes. That's not the brand. I cannot remember the brand offhand.
These are not Nike Pegasus.
Yeah, but this brand, two people have the exact same shoe in one class. Both of them squeak like that. You what? Oh, good.
This mask makes me sweat more, so I may be going out to
Yeah, that's okay.
wipe myself.
Do you need another fan?
There's one here that we can both use, I think.
There is one, but if you need another one, on Tuesday they use the fan over there. On Thursday they do not. So that fan is available.
Okay.
And again, I'll just remind you, whatever you say, because I've had people complain, Cindy, I watched the video and I didn't know we were being recorded. Whatever you say is being recorded. You can talk. People love to hear conversations, but I want you to be aware. Okay, yes, that is, it is. And just so you know, what we're being recorded, so whatever we say is recorded. Sure. So I just, for your privacy, I wanted you to know.
Thank you.
Get the music started. There you go, that's all ready. Did you know Jack at all? Jack in class?
Yeah.
He's in the Wednesday class now.
Oh, good.
Yeah, and it was so funny. He came to class and he had his hat on and his mask. And I walked up to him and said, "Hi, I'm the teacher." And he looked up at me and he said, "For Pete's sake, Cindy, I'm Jack." Because I did not recognize him. It was so funny.
What class is that in class?
Yes, yeah. Final hand, all things.
Jack was always had good jokes.
Oh, yeah.
He was like the only man in the whole class, and we had a big class, and we were wow. Yeah. So you guys go on.
Hi, Marguerite and Lily.
Good morning.
So I just want you to know that we're recording right now, so whatever we say will be, you talk, it's okay to talk. Hi. So Sharon, we're recording, please talk, but whatever you say is being recorded. You have to be nice, I'm sorry. I had one older person that I know really, really well, I love her. I just want you guys to know that I walked outside behind her in the last class. And I love there we go. It just warms my heart. Hi, Pam. Hi, good morning. Yeah, excellent. I just wanted to make sure I wanted to be here. Okay, I need to sit and take a nap in the class. I was sorry, no, and I guess it must be really good to really work. Oh, no, I don't mind, we just left it. Yeah, no, usually I would have to. Oh, it was because I was in a lot of before. Yeah, Sharon, I just want to warn you. With hate comes. That's good. But you gotta take it into time, just get what I do at that time, so I'm sorry, what did you say? It is inspired by this. Yeah, no problem, no problem. I know, this is so kind of yesterday. It would be so cool to see people. Well, I walked up and she had glasses on, and I said, "Carol?" And she said, "No." So today, because you guys are so similar. Yeah, I should take a picture of her. Yeah, I will do that. I should take a picture of her and show her and her children. Yeah, she's really, and maybe it's just my eyes.
But you know, this really And it just worked.
There's a whole other person. There is. I work with somebody who has a beard. I did not know they had a beard.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I'll let you sit here. Please stand. Oh, that's all right. That's okay. This is Lori. This is Carol. Carolyn's standing up now. So on and if you want fans are on that side of the room. If you don't want fans, they're on this side of the room. And there are ways and means that if you use them, because there are a lot of stuff right here. Yes, I agree. We will do fans and bubbles also, but I will show you how to do weights if you don't want to get So, Tuesday, you signed up with my clients. Today, you're not allowed to humble roster. You are on. Okay. I'm very easy. Well, you are on the group chat. But that's all right. Yeah. So, I am not able to tell in the office. I'll tell them that I'm to move you out. What is your partner's name? So they get it right on once. No. It's just a minor change. Yeah, but I want to make sure we're not overpopulated too. Yeah. All right. Jennifer, I remember you. Yes, I did here. Okay, yeah. It's been years. Right. I remember each one of the better ones. Well, yes, thank you. All right, we're going to get started. All right, it is 9 o'clock, and we are gonna, you don't have to do anything there. Hi, you guys, if you're online, hi.
UHF is connected.
Okay, I want to make sure you can hear me. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? All right, let's warm up. If anything hurts at any time, don't do it. Modify, customize. Do what feels good to your body. Into the side. Carol, if that fan is in your way, you can move it. And Sharon, you could move back to that other chair if you wanted. And you could, yeah, because it looks like Kay and Joanne aren't here today. Tuesday, yes. Then roll your shoulders. Tai Chi Chi Gong. This always reminds me like I'm 10 or 12 years old. I don't know why that this movement and this movement, it's like We don't have a care in the world. This is excellent for you. These two movements, we'll do that again. Pulsing back, arms close to your body. Excellent for you. It helps your immune system clean out. And then, as does this one. Now let's work and warm up our balance muscles. Up on your toes. The goal is to lift your toes 3 to 4 inches off the floor. Let's do 4 more. 3, 2, 1. Lift a toe, lift a toe. The goal is 2 to 3 inches off the floor. And here we do 4, 4, 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, 1. Bend your knees, gentle hula, warming up your back. Just a gentle hula. And then reverse. One more. Then roll your shoulders to the back, not forward, but back, back. Up and down, up and down. Then stretch your spine tall. The crown of your head is going up, not your chin, but the crown of your head, stretching tall. Now focus on expanding your rib cage away from your hips. So you're creating space right in there, stretching tall. Head back. Your head's not forward, no, it's back. Then balance front and back, front and back. Other foot. And hamstring pump. Check your area. You want to make sure nothing's in the way because we're going to be doing the aerobics next. Yep, excellent adjustment. And gentle. If that's too much yet, just put your toes on the floor. And side to side. And up, up, up. Then front, side, 1, 2, 3. 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 We'll come back to that in a little bit. We're going to warm up our squat muscles. So, first, this is new, you guys. Lift your leg and find the fold and the crux. What would you call this? And put your finger in it. Keep it there. Lift your other leg. Put your finger in that fold, so to speak. Keep it there. Now, bend your knees. Push those fingers. Push your hips, rear end, back, back. Then press your heels and stand. Going to do that again. Press your hips back, back, back. Then press your heels into the floor to stand. We're going to do it again. I'll go this direction. Press your hips back, back. And then keep it here. Your back is flat. You're not hunched over. In fact, you're you're not rounding your shoulders. I'm going to say sticking your chest out, but then come back up. We're going to do it again. First, locate it real quickly. Locate that, what do you call it? I'm losing my, the crease. That's a great, yes. Push back. Now check your knees. You don't want to make them bow-legged or in, knock-kneed or bow-legged. This is your hip hinge. This is where we should be bending to do a squat. Can you feel that? You're not doing this. You're not doing that. If you can't stick your rear end out to the back, you need to do a wall squat instead. So the wall squat, actually I'll just demonstrate real quickly, is that. So if you can't do this one, now we're going to do the lunge. The squat, you bend over. The lunge, you try to stay straight up. Your knee is over your ankle heel. This other heel is up. All the weight is in that heel. Knee over your heel. Press that front heel in to stand up. Let's do the other side. So this, your body's upright. Weight's in your heel, knee over your heel, back heel is up. Press your heel into the floor to stand. Let's do that one more time, each side to warm up. Then we will start the aerobics. Remember these forms? I'll remind you as class goes on. Oh, there's one other thing I wanted to tell you. All right, based on your anatomy, so locate your hip and then push back. Your heredity, your heritage, your bone structure is different. Mine, I have narrow, deep hips in which my legs need to go this way because if my legs go out, it's going to pinch me. Some of you have shallow, wide, shallow hips in which your feet need to be turned out more because if you do this, it's going to pinch you. How do you know? You just see what's comfortable. You just get in that squat and you see, does it hurt or pinch? And then adjust your feet accordingly. Excellent. I learned that from two experts. One's world-renowned back expert. The second taught at U of O, human physiology anatomy. So if someone says this is how you have to put your feet, they're wrong.
When the night comes crawling, and I'm all alone.
Two to the side. 1, 2, 1, 2.
To please my restless bones, restless bones.
And crunch, crunch.
Please you. I'm not the man I wanna be. My weak soul is letting me down. Babe, don't be so hard on me. Don't be so.
Hamstring pump. A little forward and a little back. Then up, up, and down. And up. One, two to the side. Let's make this harder. Reaching up. Now reach down.
I know you're so much better than me, but let's not count the score.
And two to the side. 1, 2.
Is that my love you ever dies? And one thing you can be sure of, honey.
Hamstring pump. A little to the front and a little to the back. Then up, up. Keep up. And then down. Two to the side. Hamstring pump. And then keep marching. Stretch your spine tall. Okay, we're going to go front, side, 1, 2, 3. Front, side, 1, 2, 3. Front, side, 1, 2, 3. Then march. Now we're going to go step, step, 1, 2, 3. Tap front, back, 1, 2, 3. Front, 2, 3. Okay, I'm doing that right. I'm doing it. Let's do it faster. Step, step, 1, 2, 3. Step, step, 1, 2, 3. Or step, step, 1, 2, 3. Now we're just going to go front and back. Front and back. And the conductor, tap out. Like we were conducting a choir or an orchestra. Step, step, 1, 2, 3. Side, step, step, 1, 2, 3. Now front and back, front and back. And front and back. Other foot. Step, step, 1, 2, 3. To the side. And if that was hard for you, it's hard. That's why we're doing it. It helps fall prevention. Now we are going to walk on a line or a railroad track. Don't be discouraged if some of these moves, any of them in class, are hard. Just keep doing them. The more you do it, the better you're going to be, and the better you will not fall. If you want to make this harder, touch your nose. If you want to make it even harder, look side to side. If you want to make it even harder, look up, down, and around. Okay, it's water time. So if you want some water, get that. Next, we're going to do some more squats and lunges. If you need to sit, please sit, rest anytime you need to. Take a break. Resting is as important as strengthening. When you're tired, rest. It's essential. So we're going to get our chair and do squats and lunges different. So just a different way. You can locate if you have a hard time knowing where your hip hinge is. You could do the quick check, push back, or not. We are going to hold this squat, whatever is a good squat for you, for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Press your heels into the floor. Let's do that again. We're going to do 4 counts and then go down lower for 4 counts. So here we go. 4, 3, 2, then only go down just a little bit lower for another 4, 3, 2, and 1. Press your heels to stand up. Excellent. Here we go. Let's do that again. Get however low you want for 4, 3, 2, 1. If you want, go a little further for 4, 3, 2, 1. Press your heels, stand back up. I'm going to move this because I see in the monitor it kind of makes a shadow, and I want you to see me. All right, let's do that one more time. And as you are doing this, I want to tell you this is good if you have arthritis. Go down just a little bit more because it strengthens without irritating your joints. Now let's try the lunge. Take your body to your chair, step back. You want that heel raised. You want that knee over your heel, not your toe, but your heel. You can even lift your toe a little, weights in your heel, and then press to stand back up. Let's do that again. Going down for 4, 3, 2, 1, and then down a little bit more if you want. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now I'm going to point something out, you guys. This, if your leg is too far back, it could hurt this area. You may feel pain. If you do, move your leg so that it's parallel to the wall. It's parallel to the wall. And that knee is over your heel. Let's do the other side. Heel up. Knee over your ankle toe. Or ankle heel. Heel. 4, 3, 2, 1. Come on up. Then we're going to do that again. You could go a little, you could go a lot. 4, 3, 2, 1. Down a little bit more for 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh yeah. Let's sit down. This next one, we are strengthening our shoulder blades. Squeezing your shoulder blades together and down in your back pockets, not together and up. If you have a band, I'll show you what it looks like. So our classes, we use bands and we use a ball and weights. I will show you how to do it if you don't have that equipment. The ball is a cheap ball. I got mine some of them at Fred Meyer's, Walmart, Albertsons. Smaller balls are sometimes at the dollar store. So whatever ball fits you, and that's where we're going to do it. It's hands and legs. Bands or weights. I'm going to show you the band first. Shoulders down. Squeeze your shoulder blades together and down. If you have pain back there that you are dealing with, you may want to sit all the way back so your arms do not go. I'll turn the chair this way so your arms don't go back. I'm going to then, the band people, do the band that way, the row. Weight people, your arms. This question came up in yesterday's class. You're going straight back. You're not going down like you're pulling a band. You're just going straight. Here we go. Let's do 12. Squeeze your shoulder blades together and down. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Squeezing your shoulder blades together and down. 4 of 12. 5. 6. 7. 8. You look good. 9. 10. 11. And 12. Then straight arm raise. Your weight people, you would be doing this. With your band people, thumb to the ceiling. Shoulders are down, they're not hiked up as you're lifting, they're down. Head back. 4, 4, 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, 1. Let's do a bicep curl. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7. We're going to work your stomachs next. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If you have band, shoulders down, tighten your stomach. Inhale, exhale as you pull back, like you're driving, actually this is whoa the horse. It's not driving the chariot. If you have a weight, it would look like this. If your low back bothers you, sit back. Or if sciatica bothers you, sit back. Or if you have pelvic floor issues, sit back. All of those. So even if you get a little twinge in your back, you're probably going to want to sit back. This is a hard exercise, but every time I take it out of class, people want it back in. Thank you, Pam. What Pam just reminded me, we could have had this ball between our knees the whole time. In future classes, we will. Okay, now set those weights down. We are going to squeeze the ball, working Kegels. If you don't have a ball, yours would look like this. I'm going to do it without the ball because I think that this is the first class of this session. So your pelvic floor and your diaphragm work together. Your pelvic floor is shaped like a bowl. Your diaphragm is shaped like an upside down bowl. They work like a piston. When you inhale, your pelvic floor automatically lowers. My shirt is all cattywampus. Automatically lowers when you inhale. So you want to inhale, relax. Exhale, Kegels up. Your diaphragm comes up, your pelvic floor comes up automatically. Inhale, relax. Exhale, tighten. Inhale. So if your tendency is to inhale and try to do a Kegel, that's not, you're working against nature. So squeezing the ball or your feet together. We are going to inhale, exhale, Kegels up. Because this is difficult exercise for a lot of people don't get it. So we are making it simple. Inhale and count out loud with me. 1, And inhale, relax. And then 2, tighten. Inhale, relax. 3, I can't hear you. 4, the louder you do, the more it works. 5, 6, excellent. 7, 8 of 10. 9 and 10. Now let's work on our balance. I'll get back a little bit. We are going to toggle first. Yeah, set your balls down, your bands, everything out of the way. We'll come back to those later. Walk out. Walk back in. Tap 1 set of toes as fast as you can for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Other set of toes as fast as you can. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Heel, ball, toe, heel, ball, toe. This is a drill that even elite athletes do this drill. Why? Because I was told and taught by an elite athletic trainer. What it does for us, I'm not an elite athlete, that's for sure. What it does is it helps our walking gait. We'll talk about that later. Walking gait is critical, you guys, that we keep that walking gait up, that we have a strong walk. A walking gait is how you walk. Then widen your toes, lift your toes up, 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 stretching, stretching, relax. Widen and lift for round 2, relax. 3 more times. Widen and lift, lift, lift. This is number 4. Widen and lift, 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 lift. And number 5. Widen and lift, lift, lift. Now, pick up marbles with your toes. This also helps if you do it with your hands too. It helps your grip strength. Grip strength is another indicator as we get old. I will tell you what is important to do and what doesn't really matter. Now we're going to widen and lift again. Keep your big toe up and only do your other toes down. All 4 of your other toes go down with your big toe sticking up. Now we're going to do the opposite. All toes down and keep your big toe down and all your other toes go up. We're going to do that again. So everything starts up. Put your big toe down this time, keeping all the other toes up. Put all the toes down. Keep all toes down except for your big toe. Lift that up. Now we're going to work on our rear end and more squats and leg strength. It's squeezing your rear end. So we're going to squeeze, 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 squeeze. If you want to do what we call the Jeanette, because she kind of invented this. Do you remember the Jeanette? It is squeeze, 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 squeeze as fast as you can. So 10 seconds, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Sharon.
Does that help your kegel?
Having strong leg muscles can help your whole pelvic complex. Yes. Does it specifically help your Kegels? That's a mixed question. Sometimes, that is you want strong legs. It is the number 1 indicator as we get older. When your legs, I'll get us started and then I'll tell you. Good question. Did I answer that? It's such a complicated answer that if you at home, does squeezing your rear end help your Kegels? The short answer is yes, but it's much more complicated than a simple yes. This rocking chair squat is excellent to get out of a low chair. Now we're going to try something. This is It's the same message, different way to get it to you. So try to get up out of the chair, but I want you to pay attention to your knees. Do your knees collapse in? Do you see that? Can you see that, you guys? You don't want your knees to collapse in. Another way to get out of a chair easier, if it's hard for you to get out of a chair, is turn that chair sideways so that you're getting out of in the corner of the chair. And see how that helps. Actually, ergonomically, mechanically, it is better to get out of a chair sitting at the corner than it is straight on. What do you think? You think it's easier? Yeah. You think it's easier on the corner? Yeah. Whatever's easy, let's try and get up and down out of a chair. If you don't want to do that, do the rocking chair squat. This is 9, 10. Try not to have your knees collapse in at all. We have 5 more to do. Take a rest if you don't want to do it. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now we are going to strengthen these muscles, and that is a straight leg lift and then external rotation leg lift. You don't want to point, you want to flex. Squeeze your thigh and then squeeze and lift. If lifting irritates your low back, don't lift. Just keep it here and squeeze. This is 4 of 12. 5, 6. Tighten, tighten, squeeze. 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Could you feel that? Let's do the other side. Point, flex, keep it flexed. Squeeze, option 1, or squeeze and lift, option 2. Totally depending on your back and your hip flexors. 3, 4. You don't want to stress this area out, and you don't want to stress it. You want to work it hard, but you don't want to injure it. This is 9 of 12. 10, 11, 12. Now I'm going to turn this way, straight leg. Now at your hip, you're externally rotating your whole leg out so that we get this muscle. This muscle on the inside really needs to be strengthened and keep strong. Then either option 1 is squeeze, option 2 is squeeze and lift for 1. 2, we're only doing 10 of these. 3, 4, 5. You may need to get to the front of your chair more. 6. You may prefer to stand. 7, 8. We are going to do the standing version in a little bit. Then other foot. Your foot's not pointed, it's flexed. Externally rotate from the hip. Knee and foot go out. Option 1 is squeezing. Option 2 is lifting. 2, 3. What do you think of this? 4. Do you like it? Do you feel it? Excellent. We'll do that here in a little bit. Let's get to stand up. We're going to work on balance. If you want that chair by you, have your chair by you. We are going to, and I just learned about this. So first, your feet are wide apart, and you're just going to shift your weight and shift your weight. And you may even want to kind of put your arms to shift your weight over. Now we are going to make it harder. This is using a muscle, it's one of your glute muscles, that will help you not fall sideways. So, know where your hands are, estimate how far, that works on your proprioception. Now put your feet a little, not a lot, a little closer together and do it again. Trying to put your hands the same distance as it was before. Shifting your weight. Seeing how that feels and what muscles it's working. Then a little closer together. Try and estimate, try and move your hands where they were originally. Can you feel it working in your back, in the side of your hip? Those are just some of the areas it's working. Now we're going to make it even harder, the hardest, well, not the hardest, but feet together. So this is where fast feet come in, which we'll work on fast feet in a little bit. If you want to make it the hardest, we won't spend a lot of time today because I want to move on. And because this is new, I want you to get used to it, is leaning on a board, on a line. And each foot, try each foot, it's going to be different. So again, we're not spending a lot of time on this one. That, working that muscle helps your balance so much. Then shoulders down and let's just lift a leg. You could tap down if you want. I'm going to turn our timers on. We're going to stay here for 30 seconds. If it's too much for that leg, change legs. We have 10 more seconds. Excellent, 30 seconds. So now the other leg, ready and go. Again, you can tap down. Excellent, 30 seconds. Now, we're going to make it harder. If you need a chair, please use a chair. But I really challenge you to have a chair close by, or close by, I just moved it out of the way to make a point. I'll have it close by for those of you that need it, but try not to touch. And we are going to tap, tap. So 1. Actually, we're going to do it for 30 seconds. Now we're going to, with this 30 seconds still going, lift your leg and only tap when you need to. If you need to tap down, don't touch the chair unless you really have to. It's better to have your foot on the floor than touch the chair. Excellent. While we rest, I'll explain why. Studies have shown, and it was in the fall prevention at Oregon State University, you will get better balance if you practice having your foot as a stabilizer versus your hand as a stabilizer. Because in everyday life, you're walking around, and your hand, there's not always something to grab onto. You need to train your foot to steady you and balance you so you don't fall. Now we're going to do the other leg. So you can leave your toe grazing the floor if you need to. Just try not to hang on. Those of you that want to tap, you could. That's option 2. Or option 3 is just try it without, just have your legs up. All of it is good. Everything I do is research proven. Excellent. Okay, our legs are tired. We are going to sit down real quickly because we're going to get back up here in a second. Sit all the way back. Ankle pump. Point flex, point flex. The action is you're pumping, pumping, pumping. Excellent for your heart. It is so good for your heart. Everybody should do this every day. Now let's work our balance muscles, different than the ankle pump, and it's just circling. You could do your hands, working your wrists and your forearms, strengthening those too. And then reverse. Then get to the front of your chair. It is fast feet. You can always do this version when we do fast feet. You don't have to do the standing version. I'll remind you, you can sit in a chair. You could do option 1 or option 2. Option 3 is one hand. Do this if your low back bothers you. Option 4 is much harder, and it's both hands. And it can irritate low backs. Do you agree, Carol? Oh, so I thought you were agreeing. Good, excellent. Now let's stand up. A side leg lift. Then we'll do that front leg lift again, getting the inner part of our thigh. So we are doing the outer part of our hip, which helps you not fall big time. It also helps strengthen your low back, reducing pain. You want, though, your foot straight ahead so that you get the right muscle. You don't want your foot pointed forward. So foot straight ahead. Or I should say pointed to the ceiling. The goal is that you be as still as you can and that you're not bending over. But the stronger you get, the more you'll stand up straight. Now we're going to do 5 more, and I'm going to do the arm raise. That's an option. You are leading with your heel. Let's do the other side. Option 1 is tapping out. Option 2 is the lifting. Getting that warmed up, and then we can do the arm raise if you want. Now we are going to do the strengthening of the inner thigh and the inner knee. Put your foot out, flex your foot, don't point it, flex it. Rotate from your hip, and then lift straight up. Straighten your back. If that bothers your back, just squeeze your thigh, keeping your foot on the floor. If you want to work your balance, you can do it this way. But with this, we're focusing on this muscle group for the first focus. Second focus is balance. So if your balance isn't good, hang on. We're going to make this a little bit harder, and that is just little pulses. Up, up. I'm going to turn this way so you see. Up, up, up. I'll turn this way so you see. Let's do the other side. Flex your foot. Don't point it. Flex it. Rotate your hip from your hip and then up. How does this feel on your back? Each leg is different. You may want to rest your foot and just squeeze. That's okay. Do you feel it differently now than when we were sitting? little bit. I feel it higher, and when we were sitting, I felt it more in my knee, just me personally. How about you at home?
I feel it.
You feel it up here too. Then little pulses. We need to do some more fall prevention aerobics. Get everything out of the way.
Cindy, when we do this, should we do it like forward or more like to the side?
You can do, so Pam asked a question. When we do this, do we do it straight or do we do it angled out? Straighter is a little easier. Angled out is harder, and with people that have low back issues or groin issues, oftentimes they're connected. Oftentimes people, if they have low back, their psoas will act up too. You don't want to go too far out. If you start feeling strain in this area or any area with any exercises, you want, ooh, that muscle's working hard, but you don't want, ooh, that feels like a bad strain. Does that answer your question? It's perfectly fine, but you have to be very careful.
That floats around me, keeping me safe
And to the side.
You tied a rope to me. You're blessing me every day. I was down with an
This is half a jumping jack. If you want to do an outright jumping jack, you can. This protects our shoulders, because going out can really injure your shoulders. Then stomach.
a statement explode like a bomb. I get to push myself to victory.
We are going to go forward. 1, 2, 3, knee high. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, knee high, or tap the floor.
You showed me how to spice. Yes, I'm going
To the corner. Straight ahead. Other corner. Straight ahead. To the side.
Am I awake or am I dreaming? So far gone, I won't look back.
You can add on a hamstring curl if you want.
You're pushing me up to the top. I saw the clouds looking angry, but then the sky reached my mind. And when I space out, I see the possibilities. Unfolding the
And walking.
you showed up was written in the
Forward, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back, 4, 3, 2, 1. And march. Going to do that again. I mean, 1, 2, 3. This is what we're going to do. I didn't say that very well, did I? Oh, well. Oh, yes, forward. Other corner. Straight ahead. To the side. A little forward and a little back. All right, the next one. With this being the first class of the session, we have new people. When you walk, you trip and stumble. It's nature. Well, we're going to strengthen those muscles. It is 10 seconds, moving your foot to the front, catching with your hands. I do half of it slowly, and then I do half of it fast, because some of you like to do it slow, some of you like to do it fast. Remember, if you want to sit and do fast feet like this, that's another option. So do your speed, knowing that the goal is to catch ourselves if we were to fall. We do it for about 10 seconds. Other foot. To the side. Other side. Excellent, you guys. To the front corner. Other side. Tighten your stomach, tighten your rear end to protect your low back, and then let's go back. So you're just really engaging your stomach. That foot doesn't want to go back. Then step forward and step back, leading with one foot. Other foot leads. Out, out, in. One foot leads. Other foot. And then walking. So a walking gait is walking. And the medical community rates how well you walk. The medical community rates your walking gait, G-A-I-T. You want to practice a strong one. You can improve it by practicing. Now, another thing in recent research, it is critical that you move your arms. You want your arms moving, unless you're holding something, of course. You don't want your arms moving if you're holding a big bag of groceries or a dog. And you could bend your elbows, that's okay. But you do not want to walk with nothing in your hands and your hands and arms not moving, or only one moving. That is an indicator. Do you want me to tell you what it's an indicator of? Dementia, Alzheimer's, and Parkinson's. And you can improve by consciously exercising it. You can improve it. Excellent. Then we are going to stretch. Seems like I'm forgetting to do some movement. By the way, fast feet, we did it at the end. I'll switch it up and we'll do it at the beginning sometimes. Do you have a preference? Cindy, I wish we would have done fast feet at the beginning. It doesn't matter. I'm glad we did it at the end. Good. So I'll just continue to switch things up. We have a lot of new exercises coming. Stretching. All right. I'll turn this down because I want you to hear me clearly, and I'm going to get my mat out. When we get older, our body shrinks. We shrink in height. We shrink. Our muscles shrink. We need to stretch to keep those muscles elongated and keep all the circulation in our body moving as well as it can. It also helps your lymphatic system too. Let's do the other side. If, and I'm talking to everybody that because I am strong. I do these exercises all the time. On Monday, after the Christmas holiday, so let's do yes, m'lady, because that's easy. But while I talk. So remember your hip hinge, locating it. You are pushing your rear end back. Your back is flat. Your foot is not pointed. It's up. You may prefer this sitting. So on Monday, I taught 3 classes in a row, which is nothing for me. But I did not stretch because of the class, how the class is formatted. It's not in this facility, it's in another facility. I didn't stretch, and I forgot to stretch at home. Bend your knees and gently stretch your back by doing the hula. So I woke up. It woke me up in the middle of the night. Pain in this hip. Deep, deep ache. Like, holy cow. And it even radiated down my leg. I tried to do everything. Finally, I stretched. Within 4 minutes, my pain went away. I'll tell you what we're doing. So now we're going to really focus on the stretches. Calf stretch is A-okay. A calf stretch, if you need to go to a wall and do it that way, or step on a stair, that's okay. Or do the calf stretch on the floor, which is similar to another stretch. I'm going to move on because I'll tell you about the calf stretch when we get on the floor. Yes, m'lady is the second stretch. These, I'm going from easy to hard. Easy to the most effective. Then the other side. Again, if you have low back issues, you may prefer to sit doing this. So you can test it out. Do you want to stand? Do you want to sit? Another way to do this stretch, continue doing it your way, is doing it on an elevated surface. That is another way. Another way, I'm going to I'll use a yellow band so it shows up clearly, is doing the yes, m'lady and the calf stretch, lying down flat on your back. This, if you have hip, rear end pain, upper hip, upper back pain, this way is a little better. It will get it a little better than the standing versions. Now we're going to talk about the most effective 2 stretches if you have deep pain. And that is the Taylor stretch. This is okay, but it hurts people's knees. I'll show you other ways to do it. Figure 4 or Taylor. Sometimes in yoga, they'll have you do this. That's another version. The most effective version, you could do the pigeon. Some people do it on an elevated surface. But the most effective is, and I used to be so unflexible, but the more you do anything, the better you get at it. The question is, what do you want to do? This is the most effective one. It is, so these next 2 are the ones within 4 minutes that stopped that super deep pain. And you could put your foot on like your headbed. If you have trouble getting your foot here, you could have your legs, your hands in between your legs. If that's trouble, you could do a towel, a dog leash, a band, and draw your leg up toward you. Now, this is the glute stretch, the rear end stretch, but it's not the sciatica stretch. And I've seen on vacation, as I was perusing different people's videos, so many people call this, including some physical therapists, the piriformis, the sciatica stretch. I was at a conference 7-8 years ago. The person said, so just do whatever version it is you want to do. Don't just, do something, stretch something. It doesn't have to be this, it could be something while I tell you. It was a conference in which I was the only personal trainer. Everyone else were physicians, chiropractors, or physical therapists. I opened my mouth, I wish I didn't, when they asked, what is the sciatica stretch? I said this one. Hiss, boo. I did not open my mouth the rest of that training. This is the glute stretch, where you have the wide area in the middle of your leg. In other words, your knee is out, so your knees are as far apart as they can be. The sciatica is you close your legs together a little more, you rotate your whole leg unit, and then you bring your leg toward you. That knee goes toward your chest or the opposite shoulder. This is the sciatica stretch. And you will feel it. So I hope those are helpful hints, because when our exercises are so targeted that if you have a tendency toward low back pain or sciatica, it will kick it off because we're working those muscles. Why? Because I want to strengthen your femoral neck. I want to strengthen your low back lumbar spine. So that is, the message is, yes, you probably will hurt. Please stretch. Oh, what did I just do, you guys? Look what I just did. Ay, ay, ay. That's it for class. We'll see you in next class.